Hello, my name is Sarita, and it's a delight to welcome you to this meditation series, Maps to Quantum Sovereignty, in which we are learning how meditation can align us to fifth dimensional consciousness through authentic sovereignty. In the first 3 episodes, we connected to the divine breath and the energetic architecture of the Earth and stellar stars, and then incorporated the new fifth dimensional crystalline overlay within the heart of Gaia and our own heart centers. We then learnt how to use the lemniscatic code and the 5D heart coherence breath to bring all of the systems within our bodies into balance and into overall resonance to an elevated frequency of unconditional love. In this episode, we're going to add another layer to our map and learn about the present moment and why it is imperative to be able to stay rooted in the present moment to access a state of true sovereignty, opening the gateway of ascension for us into fifth dimensional unity consciousness. To understand the power of the present moment, we need to first comprehend how it affects us in our current 3D dimensional reality. Most of us are aware that our lives run along a timeline, past, present, future. However, what most of us don't understand is how this plotted timeline is only a perception, and that this perception is actually limiting us from creating realities that we desire and unconsciously holding us in denser frequencies. The real truth is that everything exists only in the now. I'm talking to you in this now. You are listening to me now. You are breathing now. All realities exist simultaneously in this now moment, and also all potential realities exist in this now moment. Nothing actually exists out of the now. Shamans and spiritual teachers have been trying to wake us up to this truth for eons. And this is because once you understand how reality actually works, you can change it to suit you. Matter, time, and reality are all malleable in the present moment. Linear time was co-created by humanity as a collective belief or perception, so that we had a measurable device to quantify how we were evolving. And this is because the third dimension is a reality rooted in dualism. Up, down, black, white, happy, sad, light, dark. I understand sad because I've known happiness. We know ourselves better by using comparisons, because 3D is a dimension of contrasts. However, this linear timeline has not just given us a measuring device, it has also enslaved us. And this is because so many of us have no comprehension that it is a perception, and so we become bound to it, enslaved and limited by it. Not only does time create stress on many levels, but our belief that we can't change the past and have no control over the future often causes us much suffering. On top of this, many people are so immersed in the past or in the future that they have lost touch with the infinite potential of the present moment. If we are running our lives being defined by events from our past, we are basically regurgitating the past in each new moment. If we are running our lives in fear of what may happen in the future, we are living in a state of anxiety. As I mentioned in the first episode, we are having 70,000 thoughts a day, and most of those thoughts are unconscious. In other words, we have no idea what we're thinking, and we are running on autopilot. This is important to know because, as I've said before, We are living in a holographic universe that is being created by our thoughts and our feelings. In every now moment, your thoughts and your feelings are creating the next now moment through the control panel of your brain and your heart. Your brain is a quantum supercomputer that is moment by moment projecting a holographic simulation, a light show all around you that you believe is real. So the room you are in right now is a projection of the thoughts and feelings you are having right now. Everything you are looking at within the room only exists because your brain is building a 3D holographic landscape of it. This is happening so fast that it appears as if it has always been there. But there is literally nothing beyond the room you are in except source consciousness, a quantum field of intelligence and infinite potentials, the void. As you get up and walk out of the door of your room, your brain is building and projecting a holographic reality as you go based on all of the trillions of pieces of data that is available to it. In other words, your perception about what is beyond the room is what is building it. This is very hard for us to grasp because we've been conditioned to believe that we have been put into a physical world that already exists and that is unchangeable. We are taught that things are happening to us, not created by us. But once you understand how reality actually works, you can begin to realize why it's so important to let go of the past and the future. I'll give you an example. Let's say you incarnated into a home where there was poverty. Your parents taught you that they were victims of circumstances. There was nothing that they could do but get on with it. You, as a child, absorb your parents' belief. So in your childhood, you perceived that you never quite had enough, that abundance was not available to you, and that reality happens to you. Your subconscious mind took all of this information in as data and began to project this information into the holographic field of your reality using the control panel of your mind and your heart. This then created new situations and information that was built upon your childhood perceptions about lack. So more lack comes. And this in turn possibly created feelings such as unworthiness, despair, helplessness, which gave the whole projection more energy and momentum. Thus, as an adult, you are now living from a past program. This also works with our future projections. If we are fearful and anxious about, let's say, the debt collectors coming, then our reality as a holographic projection of those thoughts and feelings is likely to manifest exactly that scenario or something with a similar resonant frequency. All disease is created like this also. Every single disease is psychosomatic, whether you are conscious of it or not, whether it was created in this lifetime or you brought it in with you when you incarnated as unresolved karma. Because everything in our manifested matter-based reality is a projection of how we think and feel. So if we can become conscious of our unconscious thoughts, as we did in the first episode, by connecting to our breath and witnessing what programs are currently running our lives, that is the first step into sovereignty of self-awareness. The next important step is to find our way into the present moment without past and future conditions. This then gives us, in effect, a blank canvas to work from. And this is an incredible opportunity to create the life of our choosing. The present moment is a void state, an empty space full of unlimited potential, because we can choose whatever we wish to think and feel. Thus, we are mastering the controls of our reality, the heart and mind. If new potentials that we prefer are held in our thoughts and feelings and sustained for long enough without interference, this will project a new reality for us into the hologram of our lives. The present moment allows us to access the infinite potentials within source consciousness, or the void, or the source field, or whatever you want to call it, because everything is made out of light that comes from source consciousness. Matter is made out of light. It's condensed light expressing itself in the holographic light show of this reality. The source field has no agenda except to offer unlimited potentials from which to manifest our lives. It does not care if you choose poverty or riches. It will magnetize into your life a mirror of whatever you are projecting. This is the universal law of attraction and free will. We all get to choose. All you have to do if you want to change your current trajectory is to be present in the moment and then select your preferred option and hold it in your mind and your heart until it manifests in your exterior reality. Free will, sovereign choice, not bound by anyone else's conditions. This week, my healing circle experienced what many people would call a miracle. But really, it was just a moment out of linear time when a group of people collectively selected a different potential from the source field. The patient receiving the healing had just been diagnosed with a tumour on her spine. She was scheduled to go and have a full MRI the next day to start the whole hospital process. There were about 25 of us in the healing circle. Because of our meditation practices, because we all know how to focus our minds and hearts and stay present, we knew it was possible to select another potential where the tumour was deleted. We dropped into our heart centres, elevated our frequency to that state of unconditional love, as per meditation in episode 3, and became entirely present in the moment. And we beamed healing light into her tumour, imagining it disintegrating and gone. We did this for about 12 minutes. Afterwards, all of us, including the patient, knew it was gone. We didn't hope, we knew. We didn't hope for a better future, we knew in the here and now. The next day, she had her MRI. A week later, she got the results. The tumour was completely gone. Her choice to be unaffected by the past being that the tumour was already in her body, and her willingness to let go of any fear about the future allowed her to create a new reality. This is a fantastic example of true sovereignty, which can be accessed via the void and the present moment. Becoming present is a state of grace which feels much like emptiness and fullness at the same time. Empty because no conditions, habits, beliefs are being held within it, but full as well because the space of the source field is pregnant with potential. It is a state that is accessed by using our seventh sense, and it has a particular feeling or sensation associated with it, which you will become more familiar with the more you work with it. So now I'm going to give you a very simple method to help you become entirely present. And as you get used to this sensation, it will be clear to you in your daily life and interactions whether you are running from past and future programs or rooted in the present moment. I'm going to teach it to you as a new layer to be added to the other meditations that I've already shown you. I will explain the method first to you, but as always, you don't need to remember anything that I'm saying, as I will guide you through the whole process. So first of all, we will connect to our breath, the earth and stellar stars, and feel the crystalline diamond heart center as we have done in the other episodes. Remembering that an octahedron is two four-sided pyramids stuck together. We are then going to feel a dot of attention right in the middle of that crystalline diamond octahedron and begin to breathe into it to focus ourselves and our attention. And what will happen as you focus on this dot is that everything you perceive to be outside of this dot of attention will begin to fall away until there is nothing left that you can perceive except the dot within the diamond heart. And this is what happens to us in reality also. As we focus on a task with our full attention, everything around us ceases to exist and we come out of linear space and time. So focus is an excellent tool to access the present moment. The next thing we're going to do is to allow ourselves to begin to perceive or feel the source field all around us. That dot and the diamond heart will be the only things in our vicinity that we are aware of. You are trying to feel or sense within the source field the space of the infinite, of source consciousness, and all the light and potential within it. We will then begin to fill up this crystalline diamond octahedron at our heart center with our breath. And as we do this, it's going to fill that heart center, that octahedron, with the loving, intelligent light of source consciousness. We're going to breathe in, filling it, and we're going to begin to expand it, breathing in, expanding it, until the octahedron is big enough to encapsulate our entire bodies. So now your whole body is within a huge crystalline octahedron, which is the energetic expression of our 5D heart center, and filled with the infinite light and potential that is source consciousness. We have become entirely heart-centered, and in that, unified with source. We have become fifth dimensional. So past and future cannot exist here because contrast through linear time is a 3D construct. This is a sovereign state, and I will guide you to sit within this state for a little while and feel what it is to be aware of what is yours within this heart-centered geometric form and what is playing out beyond this octahedron in the holographic field of reality for you to witness and observe. As well as giving us access to infinite potential, this embodiment of the octahedron is an incredible tool to use in our day-to-day lives so that we can be present with others from heart alignment, witnessing them and our lives, but not getting drawn into any of the drama playing out. It allows us to respond to our fellow man, womankind, rather than to react to them. It enables us to take responsibility for how we think and feel without projecting our emotions and trauma onto other people, and in turn, to not be affected by the projections of others. Within the energetic octahedron, we are able to hold the empty state of grace and sovereignty in our daily interactions. And just to be clear, it is not protection, it's not a barrier, it's awareness, sovereign awareness. And as you are sitting within this sacred sovereign form, it will be your seventh sense of the void, of the present moment, that is feeling how this geometry is affecting you, informing you, changing you. Because whenever we consciously connect to higher geometry, it will encode us on a quantum level, and our seventh sense allows us to translate this information. So that is the meditation. And remember, there's no right way or wrong way to do this. You are beginning to feel your way into fifth dimensional consciousness through new sensations. So if you don't feel much to begin with, don't worry. It's a practice. So we are now going to begin. So I invite you to sit up if you can for this meditation. You're going to let go of all of the information that I've just told you. You're going to take a big breath in, a big breath out, and close your eyes. And as your eyelids close, feeling the relief and comfort of the darkness as you let go of the external world and turn your attention inwards to the breath. Feel the breath as it enters you and leaves you. Feel the breath as your connection to source consciousness. The within, the without. Breath. Allowing the breath to quieten the mind, to take you within, to center you. And slowing your breath down just a little, allowing your body to relax more and more. And we are now going to set our intention to encapsulate ourselves within the energetic form of the present moment octahedron. So setting your intention, letting the intention land within you. And we are now going to connect ourselves to the earth and stellar stars. So bringing your awareness up and up into the heavens and landing it at the stellar star, that divine fatherly energy of the cosmos, magnificent power and golden light above you. And feeling those two interwoven threads of gold and white light that flow down from the stellar star all the way through the heavens, arriving at the crown of your head, flowing all the way through the central core of your being, exiting at the doorway of your perineum, flowing all the way down to the center of the earth and meeting the 3D and 5D earth stars, the fiery heart of Mother Earth, Gaia, and the white hot crystalline diamond octahedron which overlays it. So just feeling these threads that run through your center, holding you to the above and the below, connecting you to the within and the without. Feel the light running through your core. Feel the nourishment, the energy, and the unconditional flow from your first mother and your first father that it brings to you. Feel how you are held, the divine child of the cosmos. And can you bring your awareness to your heart center, that crystalline, perfect diamond, that white octahedron of light that sits within the center of your chest. Feel the light of this sacred form and consciousness within you. Feel its essence, its vibration. Feel how it informs you and fills your body and your being with fifth dimensional information. And we are now going to begin to expand this octahedron at your heart center. We are going to breathe into it with the light of source consciousness. And as we breathe in, we will fill this octahedron. And as we breathe out, we will expand it, breathing into it with the light of source consciousness, breathing out and expanding it. And we will expand it until it entirely encapsulates our entire body. So beginning to breathe in now, filling this octahedron with the light and intelligence from Source. Breathing in and filling it. And as you breathe out, expand this form so it becomes bigger. Breathing in with light. Breathing out, expanding it. Bigger and bigger. Breathing in Source consciousness, the light of life with every in breath, and on every out breath, growing and expanding the octahedron, bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, until now you are entirely encapsulated and within this energetic, sacred, fifth dimensional form of the octahedron. And feel what it is to be encapsulated within your heart center. Feel what it is. Feel what it is to know your sacred sovereignty. Feel what it is to understand, to be aware of what is yours and what is beyond you, within the holograph of reality. Feel the light, the intelligence of Source consciousness within this sacred form all around you. And feel how the symmetry of it is changing you, encoding you, upgrading you to understand that everything exists only within this space, only within this moment. Feel the emptiness and the fullness of being present with yourself. Feel yourself as the void, as the center of the universe. And can you bring your awareness to a dot of attention in the center of your heart center? And can you begin to breathe into this dot of attention? Breathing into this dot with all of your focus, all of your will. Breathing into this dot of present moment attention. Breathing into the dot, going deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. An act of total presence. Feel the void of present moment awareness at the center of this dot. Feel the vastness of it, the infinity of it, the emptiness of it, and the fullness of it. This is presence. This is infinite potential. This is your seventh sense, the void of the present moment. And we are now very gently going to begin to allow our awareness to come back, to expand a little, to perceive the octahedron around us, to perceive the holographic nature of reality beyond that. Beginning to feel your body sitting in the chair once again. And then when you're ready, you're going to find your way back into the room and open your eyes. So hopefully you are now beginning to perceive this pathway into the present moment with a bit more clarity. And as you practice, you will begin to feel your focus developing and linear time and limiting conditions falling away. In our next episode, we will be learning about our place within the collective consciousness of the fourth dimension and how to navigate our way through it to stay on the path of sovereignty. So until then, thank you for listening.